Hello and good afternoon. Cheers, might I add. The best thing about life, and this goes to pretty much anyone and everyone, doesn't matter as to what your current status is like and whether you're rich or poor. Time to oneself is inevitable, and it's also a treasure that many can't actually, in fact, comprehend nor understand, because so many people nowadays are so caught up within this satanic cult where they can't go a millisecond without having thousands upon thousands of friends, as you will, that don't even exist. They're nothing more than illusions, fabrications of a physical vessel, a physical temple. In other words, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's nonsense. The good thing about us that choose to rest is we can rest. A lot of people are going to hate us for it, but hey, that's their problem. They clearly have demonic influence attached to them, and I don't live my life by other people's commands. You live your life, even. You live your lives by my command. And if you don't like the way that I live, if you don't like the way that I take time in order to heal in here and in here, as well as strengthen, then you are not of my circle, nor are you of my life, and you will never have a role within my circle nor my life if you feel wholeheartedly that you have power and dominance over me, because that couldn't be any further from the truth. No one, and I mean not one person, has power and dominance over me. You best believe that, because I will make it known by enforcing my power and my dominance over those of you that feel it necessary to enforce your worldly power and dominance over me. God the Father gave me the power and the authority to trample heads of those that come with vain philosophies, false indoctrinations that are not supported by sound biblical manuscript. See, it's funny. What I find humorous, about life is people try to get inside your head with lies and deception. They try to plant wild imaginations within your mind, as you will, in order to make them profit. But little did they know, they're living outside of God's will. They are living outside of God's will. Now, do I have anything against ideas or inventions, like I said, that could potentially save the world and make it a better place for all? No, absolutely not. I'm one. You heard. I'm one for all of these ideas. But when it's vain philosophies, when it's vain ideas that I know are nothing more than fabrications, wild imaginations involving dreams that people try to sell on to me as part of their TV entertainment industries and all of this, I'm not interested. You either allow me to be real and live my life according to how I live my life, not how other people tell me to live it, because I'm not a sheep like the vast majority of everybody else, or it's nothing at all. You could take your contracts and you could give them to somebody else that would actually, in fact, be gullible enough to take them. Because if I believe wholeheartedly, that I'm having my free will interfered with, and all for the wrong reasons, you best believe I'm going to terminate any contracts that people may have for me. Walking away with a smile upon my face. It is what it is. Because, like I said, I'm a realist. Externally, people know me as the person I once was when I was brought into the world at baby birth. But spiritually, nobody knows exactly who I am in here, and in here I'm a completely different person. Because I'm not of this world. I am of God's kingdom. I am of the New Jerusalem. And, don't get me wrong, I love dreaming. As a matter of fact, I love manifesting dreams and making dreams. But the reason why I've switched off from manifesting dreams is due to the fact that, like I said, people try to trespass my boundaries by planting wild imaginations within my mind that could potentially make them profit, that I know deep down within my heart and my mind is only going to cause conflict of interest with my soul later on, that could potentially damage my relationship with God. And that is just not a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Unlike the world, my relationship with God through His Son Jesus Christ means so much more to me than you'll ever know. And I am not, and I mean not, going to allow anyone to get in the way of that. You either accept it, or you don't. The choice is yours. If you accept it without trying to force me to be a particular said way or a particular said person as part of your TV entertainment industries and all of this nonsense, if you have to do all of these things, if you have to break, mold, if you have to convince yourself that you have to do all of these things in order to create a particular said version of me that doesn't exist from your warped imaginations, then I'm not interested. What, you think I don't know how Hollywood and the TV entertainment industries operate? I'm more spiritually switched on than people even realised. And you're not hiding anything from me at all. Not one thing. Even on the days where I may come across as though I look dumb, it's a choice. I'm choosing to be dumb. After all, that's what people do, right? They pretend to be dumb in order to live a life of simplicity, scarcity, stagnance, and all of these things. Me personally, I don't have anything against success, but there is a twist, a very big one at that. And that twist being that I would rather earn my success naturally by being real, by being the way that the gospel has actually in fact created me to be, and not what the world wants me to be. See, this is what so many people fail to realise. They think, oh, well, they can plant these wild imaginations and, plant these dreams and only God knows what else onto me, thinking that I'm going to buy into the narrative that they're trying to sell. No. Because I know deep down within my heart and my mind who I really am. I'm a realist. I'm not this person, I'm not that person, I'm not these people, I'm me. Physically, I'm just a vessel, I'm a temple. that so happens to inhabit a soul, a living, breathing soul that is now currently resting and will make his presence known, the following week, hitting the gym once the food shop is done. So I say on to all from the Hollywood entertainment industries, and TV entertainment industries on a whole, that is. If you can't accept me for who I really am and not for who I pretend to be like everybody else, I'm not interested. Because I've got nothing to prove. And if you believe wholeheartedly that you have to try and mold me, break me down, and do all of these things to create a particular said version of me that you think exists as part of your entertainment plan, or contract for that matter, once again, I'm not interested. I will take any said contracts and I will terminate them. Better yet, I will put them on an open fire and I will burn them. As a friendly reminder, for each and every one of you to get right with God through his Son, Jesus Christ, via the Holy Spirit. If the contracts are right, if they're not breaching, my free will, if they don't involve wild imaginations that could potentially cost me even my relationship with God, then by all means, count me in. I'm interested as to what they could be. Better yet, stop me and approach me, and let's talk about it. But if they're outside of that, and they do involve wild imaginations, like I said, involving particular said versions of me that you believe exist, when in actuality and reality, my reality, do not exist. If they involve any of this, then I'm not interested. Like I said, I'm a realist. I'm not here to be this person, that person, them people, or these people. I'm here to be real. I'm here to be authentic. Unlike the world, I do have a job, and once my calling has been accepted, I will make my job known. But for the meantime, I'm enjoying my rest, or my resting period, my resting phase, as you will. And I thank those of you that have so far listened to the videos I've shared regarding my boundaries, because I know the wild imaginations that were attempted, or should one say, the wild imaginations that were trying to be sold on to me are no longer anymore. So clearly people are beginning to actually hearken onto this voice of truth, this voice of reason. And I appreciate that and respect that, and that is automatically going to get you, within my good books, because you're taking the time to listen. You're not living in your pride and ego, plotting your next, wild imagination scheme and this, that and the other. Although you're taking the time to understand me, the real me, like I said, which isn't of this world. It doesn't involve said characters, personas. It's what's within my heart and my mind. That is what defines me. Like I said, the said characters that people have in mind as to whom they think I am, they don't exist. They're nothing more than wild imaginations, ideas that don't exist. Because, like I said, they are spiritual puppets, as I'd like to call them, or commonly known, biblically that is, as demonic peasants. And when people try to break someone down, wear them down, toy with them emotionally that is, and put them through only God knows what, they are, technically speaking, trying to sell those particular said people demonic puppets to wear as part of their schemes to make profit. What, you think that us chosen didn't know what you were up to? No. We know exactly what you're up to. We're more switched on than people even realise, so don't even go there with us. Like I said, it's either you accept us for who we really are and not for who we pretend to be, or we're going to continue to ghost, reject, and abandon those of you involved until you learn a valuable life lesson. That some of us can't be bought with your wild imagination attempts, even, and only God knows what else. No matter how hard you try to force it on us, it's not going to happen. Like I said, if you could allow us to be real and authentic, you will stand a higher chance into getting into our good books, because you're allowing us to be our true, authentic self. And that's how some of us were created to be, biblically, that is. Technically speaking, unlike the God of this world that's blinded so many people, spiritually, that is, we're of God's kingdom. Like I said, we are spiritual beings, not of this worldly spiritualism that you see, yoga nonsense and chakras, new age crap. And we are spiritual beings, but we're not of this world. Like I said, we are of the Holy Spirit's presence. And like I said, God sees everything, no matter how hard you try to conceal it, no matter what demonic masks you try to wear, people, he sees everything. You're not fooling him, and you are most certainly not fooling your own consciences. It is what it is.